In this video, you're invited into a quiet place, a sacred space that exists between waking and sleeping, where ancient Zen wisdom flows gently into the night. But tonight, we begin with a riddle. If you meet the Buddha on the road, kill him. Wait, what? A phrase like that may seem completely out of place here in Moonmine Temple, where you came seeking calm and peace. But before you turn away, stay with me. Because these words, spoken long ago by the Zen master Linji, hold a key. A key that could unlock the restless questions that have kept you awake at night. A secret that explains why, even after all your searching, peace still feels just out of reach. You've likely tried so much already, haven't you? Meditation apps whispering serenity into your ears. Books promising transformation in 30 days. YouTube videos, guided mantras, rituals, retreats. And yet here you are. Awake again. Searching again. But what if I told you gently, kindly, that your search is part of the very thing keeping you from what you seek? Take a slow breath in. Let yourself settle. Whether you're curled up in bed, sitting quietly in a dark room, or walking under a blanket of stars, you're exactly where you need to be. What Linji said wasn't meant to be violent, it was meant to be freeing. His students were confused too when they heard it. But then came the understanding, and after that, something even greater, relief. The kind of peace that doesn't depend on striving, or fixing, or achieving. Over the next 3 hours, you're not going to be taught another trick. You're going to be reminded of something much deeper. Not through lofty philosophy or complex teachings, but through gentle stories, ancient truths, and the timeless rhythm of presence. This isn't about tearing down something sacred. It's about uncovering something sacred that's been with you all along. Not in a temple. Not in a teacher. Not even in the Buddha. But in you. So let your shoulders soften. Let your breath find its own rhythm. Let the idea of trying to get it right dissolve into the quiet. Tonight, we begin a different kind of journey. One that doesn't ask you to become anyone new. It only invites you to remember who you've always been beneath all the noise, beneath all the striving. Because sometimes the deepest truths come in the form of a paradox. And sometimes, the road to peace is the letting go of roads altogether. Your peaceful journey begins now. The modern seeker's restlessness. It's late again. 3 a.m. And here you are, phone blowing in the dark, scrolling through yet another list of top 10 ways to find inner peace. Your eyes are heavy, but your mind keeps running. You've saved articles, downloaded apps, subscribed to guided meditations, even bought that fancy cushion that now just holds laundry in the corner of your room. And yet, still restless. You're not alone in this. In fact, there's something beautiful about your searching. Because 2,500 years ago, a young man named Siddhartha, who would later become the Buddha, felt the same ache. He had wealth, privilege, comfort. But something inside whispered. There must be more. That same whisper lives in you. You hear it when you wake up tired before the day even begins. When you're surrounded by people, but still feel strangely alone. When the show ends, the screen fades, and a hollow feeling remains. You wonder. Is this it? Is this all there is? And the world responds. Try this course. Follow this account. Fix your morning routine. Work harder. Or the sneakiest of all. Just meditate more. But here's the truth few will tell you. Each time you reach for the next solution, you reinforce the idea that you're not enough. That you need fixing. That peace is something outside of you, something to earn, achieve, or purchase. A Zen student once asked his master, "How long will it take to become enlightened?" The master said, 10 years. The student asked, "What if I try really hard?" The master smiled. Then 20 years. You might chuckle at that. Or you might feel seen. Because the harder you chase peace, the faster it seems to slip away. The trap of self-improvement. Think of an ordinary Tuesday. You wake up from dreams you'll never remember. Reach for your phone before your feet hit the floor. notifications, news, noise. And already, the chest tightens. By lunch, you've reminded yourself 10 times that you should meditate. By night, you promise, tomorrow I'll start. And when tomorrow comes, you make the same vow for the weekend. It becomes a loop. A spiritual to-do list you never quite complete. And all the while, you're surrounded by images of others who seem to have it all figured out. Perfect poses. Perfect retreats. Perfect sunrises. Meanwhile, the last sunrise you saw was because you couldn't sleep. But what if the real path to peace isn't about doing more? What if it's about undoing? The ancient Zen masters knew your dilemma well. But instead of adding new tools to their belt, they learned the art of subtraction. They didn't try to become enlightened. They learned how to be present. Not special. Not extraordinary. Just beautifully, simply, here. There's a Zen saying. Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. At first, that might sound disappointing. Where's the grand transformation? Where's the spiritual glow up? But sit with it for a moment. What if the true change isn't in what you do, but how you are while doing it? What if peace isn't a place you're going, but the ground beneath your feet, right now? The flower and the smile. Sometimes, the most profound teachings arrive without words at all. 2,500 years ago, the Buddha sat before a silent crowd on Vulture Peak. Monks gathered from far and wide, expecting a deep discourse. But instead of speaking, the Buddha reached down and picked up a single white lotus flower. He held it up, twirling it gently. And then, he smiled. That was it. No lecture. No doctrine. Just a flower, and a smile. The monks were puzzled. Was this symbolic? Was there a hidden meaning? They waited. Fidgeted. Thought harder. Only one monk, Mahakassapa, simply saw. He didn't analyze. He didn't reach for interpretation. He just smiled back. And in that simple, shared smile, the deepest truth was transmitted. No words. No formulas. Just presence. This is the truth that can't be taught, only remembered. And you're remembering it now. So rest now, seeker. Not because the journey is over, but because you've remembered. You never left home. You were always whole. Always enough. Even with tired eyes and messy thoughts. Even with an unused meditation cushion and an overflowing to-do list. You don't need to seek peace anymore. You only need to stop and feel it already here. Let your breath move gently. Let your thoughts come and go like clouds. Let the stillness within you rise, like a lotus blooming in the dark. The stillness was always here. As your breath softens and the night grows quieter, let these words linger. The journey was never about arriving somewhere far away. It was always about noticing what's been here all along. That flower the Buddha held, it wasn't just a flower. It was the moment itself. Perfect. Simple. Undivided. The moment you stop trying to decode it, it opens. The moment you stop striving to fix yourself, you begin to heal. The moment you stop chasing peace, peace finds you. You are not a project to be completed. You are a mystery to be experienced. So tonight, you don't need to figure it all out. You don't need to become the perfect meditator or the wisest student. You only need to rest in this breath. This stillness. This now. Because even in your doubt, even in your overthinking, even in the way your mind loops around the same thoughts again and again, you are enough. Right now. As you are. If you meet the Buddha on the road, let him go. Not because he is your enemy, but because the moment you hold on to an image of perfection, you begin to forget your own sacredness. Let go. Let be. There is no path to peace. Peace is the path.